James, I guess another sort of trying week, I guess, but the boys come out on top again. Do you get sick of, I guess, the resilience of the boys?
No, you don't get sick of the resilience. Another trying week. They're all trying, but yeah, the players are incredible. It doesn't matter what gets thrown at them, they keep jumping up. And obviously we lost again. We lost against Brisbane last week, but you're going to lose games of football. But I thought tonight our ability to defend Richmond, stop them getting their free flowing and their scoring going, was as well as I think an Essendon team has defended for a long time. It showed a team that valued defence, considered it important, and wanted to go and show the opposition that they weren't going to let them score. And Richmond are a very hard team to stop scoring, and I'm not sure what the lowest score they've had so far this year is, but I think that would go close.
Does that resilience come from the fact you've got a leader like Joe? What you did in the second and third quarter pretty much broke the game open.
Yeah, Joe. You watch Anzac Day and you watch him lead his team, and you see how he got them across the line when we needed it Anzac Day, along with others. And you think that that's the pinnacle of his leadership. But I thought tonight, right from the first bounce, the way he started the game, the way he led his team, when they came back at us, he was the one that drove us forward. Was as good a leadership performance I've seen in football, considering what's going on around him. You can't praise the man highly enough. And when everything finishes, when everything's washed up, I think the person he is will rise even further because of what he's done to get his team to where it's got to.
Have you been somewhat surprised at how well he's handled the last 3-4 months?
Well, we didn't know what to expect, I suppose. But what he's done is he's been outstanding, and it's probably normal people. You don't expect that from normal people, and he's abnormal to a certain extent what he's been able to do with his players. And he's not alone. There's a lot of other players helping him and getting in there and doing it together. But right now, sitting here tonight, I couldn't be prouder of those group of players. What they've done over the last 10 weeks, but particularly tonight, was incredible.
You've been really confident that this wasn't going to be a before mid-season slump. What made you have that confidence to the point where they were able to do tonight, really turning around as quickly as they have from last week?
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching them for 2.5, 3 years, and watching them train and watching them develop as a group. And the way they trained last week was quite poor, and it was out of character for them. But that happens when you're tired. But the way they trained this week was back to their defensive best. They were sharp. They wanted to hit bodies. They wanted to train. They wanted to train hard. And so when you go away from a training session like that, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you don't play that well. But when you walk away from a training session like that, you have confidence that the group's on. Now, you might meet a red-hot Geelong team, or you might meet a fantastic team. But tonight I was confident we'd give a good performance. He rolled his ankle against GWS in the NAB Cup, and sort of could have played the next week. And we think it's very similar to that. It's a medial ligament in his ankle, I think, which will hopefully will get him up for Sydney. But if we don't, then Scott Gumberland was terrific today in the reserves. Was probably best on ground, and Joey Danaher kicked 5 goals, 3, 5 goals, 4. So we've certainly got players that can come in, but we really hope Michael's fit and ready to go, because it'd be disappointing for him if he's not.
How's he holding up? Three times for the sub this year.
Yeah, he can't. And last week was unfortunate, being knocked out early. Look, he's a very resilient man, Michael, and he's holding up well. He's disappointed that he wasn't able to play the game out, but he knows his luck will turn.
Just the tackling performance tonight, James, that probably wasn't always a strength of the team. How far have they come in that side of their game?
Yeah, it's come a long way. I thought the second and third quarter defensively, particularly the second quarter, was as good as I've seen Essendon team defend in a long, long time. They value it. They know it's important. And it means that when you're not playing well in other parts of your game, if you're tackling and defending like that, you can stay in the game. So I think the defensive side of our game, and particularly the tackling, was something that we were very proud of at the end of the game, or the players should be very proud of.
You say this is a really strong platform now, 7-2, entrenched in the top 4 really for the rest of the season?
Well, we never know what the year throws at you. We probably know that better than anyone. But you have to think that the teams we've played, the way we've played so far is better than last year. Our injuries are a lot better than last year. I think this time last year we had 15 to 16 injuries and we were winning games, but we were probably lucky to win them. Whereas this year we've been a lot more convincing in those wins. So I believe we've improved to date from what we were last year, and we'll see what the rest of the year holds. But in terms of what the rest of the year holds, it's up to us to keep improving and keep getting better and keep coming up against good teams and challenging them. And we play against a team next week who won the premiership last year in the Sydney Swans. They played a terrific game last night against Collingwood. Defensively, they're as good as anyone. Around the ball, they're as good as anyone. They move the ball really well too. So at the SCG next Saturday afternoon, it's going to be a great contest.
You sound, on both sides, you sound really almost joyous.
Yeah.
Perhaps more than normal about that win and about where you're at.
I think the win for us and the way we played is a change we just saw what we wanted to have happen in defence tonight, and that's why I'm so happy with the win. That's why I believe it's a real trademark, if you want to use the word, game for us. It's where we're trying to get to in defence, and we've got to keep that up though and keep getting better.
Is there a relief also because last week wasn't great and you arrested any sense of a slide?
Yeah, well, we never considered it a slide. I mean, I know there's a lot written about our performances in the second half of the years over the last 2 years, but it's about getting better, and you've got to develop a young team, and you've got to instill a desire and a will to keep winning in a young team. And when they're not sure how you want the game played, or not sure what defence looks like, you can lose 5 or 6 in a row. But I think this team knows what it looks like. In saying that, we've got Sydney and Carlton over the next 2 weeks. We've got some tough opponents in the next 2 weeks, and we want to play well to make sure we give a chance to win those games.
Thanks, guys.
Who? Thank you. Thanks.